We are back with episode 3 of our Cheshire Kaits blog. Again, my name is Katie, and today I will be talking about Caitlin's and I bucket list that we're going to hopefully complete when we do our DCP, and also my favorite memory at Disneyland. So with the bucket list, we decided to come up with 10 things that we have to do when we get there. It's going to be a lot of fun trying to complete these, but I just want to kind of go in, explore it, definitely offer any advice or ideas. Like I said before in other videos, neither of us have been to Disney World, so it's going to be a lot to try to take in. But number 1 on our bucket list is riding Rock and Roller Coaster, which, if my hair cannot do that. Rock and Roller Coaster, I've been waiting to ride ever since I found out it was a thing. I've been a really huge fan of Aerosmith all my life, and I am super stoked to finally ride it for the first time. For those of you that don't know what it is an enclosed roller coaster at the park, and you are, essentially the storyline goes that you are on your way to an Aerosmith concert, and they're blasting the music. You go from 0 to 60 in I think like 3 seconds or something crazy like that. So it should be a lot of fun. Super stoked for that. The second one that we want to do is drinking around the world. So we want to, now that we're 21, both of us are 21, we want to go around Epcot and drink in all of the different countries, all the different areas, explore what cultural drinks they have there, if there's similarities, if there's differences, all that fun stuff. Number 3 on our list is talk a foreign language in Epcot. So Caitlin speaks fluent Chinese. She was raised with it, Chinese and English, and I speak very little French. I took it in high school. My dad's dad spoke it to me when I was very, very young, and I definitely should brush up before we get there, but it is a goal of mine to speak French to someone who is from Paris and knows the language and can maybe teach me something. Number 4 is trying the gray stuff at Be Our Guest. So hopefully when we first get there, our plan is to have a roommate dinner with our roommates and kind of get to know each other before we start settling in, before we start working, and we want to go to some of the restaurants. So Be Our Guest is definitely on the list, and the first thing that we want to try is the gray stuff because it's delicious. I'm low-key kind of scared of what it's actually made of. Caitlin thinks it's going to be made of cookies and cream. She found a picture of it. It does kind of look like cookies and cream, but I'm really skeptic because it does just look like gray stuff. But yes, Number 5 is to visit all 4 parks in one day. Super doable. It may sound easy, but I'm sure it's a lot more work than we think. But it's definitely just like an easy, well, hopefully easy, just like a little check off of our bucket list. Number 6 is meet all of the characters that are not at Disneyland. The 2 biggest ones for us are Gaston and Stitch. So the only way you can meet Stitch in the Anaheim Resort is if you go to one of the character breakfasts. So the Paradise Pier has meet and greet. They have their hotel kind of themed to the Hawaiian atmosphere. So Lilo and Stitch are normally there, the character breakfasts. However, this is from when I was very, very little and I went there, so it may be a little different now. But last I checked, and then also we don't have Gaston here. Alright, so number 7 is to see all of the parades that we do not have at Disneyland. So I actually looked it up because I wasn't really sure of what the exact names were. But the parades that I really want to see, what we really want to see, are Festival of Fantasy, Main Street Electrical Parade, because I haven't seen it since it was at Disneyland at California Adventure. So I've actually never even seen it on Main Street. So that would be cool. I'm sure it's different too. We want to see Jammin' Jungle Parade, and there's this one in Hollywood Studios, and it says Pixar Pals Countdown to Fun. Now, if that is anything like our Pixar Play Parade that we have at California Adventure, I am super down. I love the Pixar Play Parade. I know the entire dance. I taught it to myself. That's how obsessed I am. So I'm super down to see that. And then just shows in general that we want to see, Disney Wishes, the fireworks, and Fantasmic and Illuminations. I've heard Illuminations is mind-blowing. I'm very much that person that goes and looks it up before I experience it, and Illuminations is something that I have not even seen. I've seen pictures, I've seen, you know, very short Snapchats, but that's it. I'm really waiting for the full experience for that one. And then Fantasmic, unfortunately, Disneyland's Fantasmic is closed until January, I think, of 2017, because they closed Tom Sawyer's Island, well, Pirate Island, and Thunder Ranch to try to make way for Star Wars Land. So we don't have Fantasmic, so it's actually been a few months since I've seen that, and I'm very, very bummed, and I miss it, and Fantasmic's my favorite, and I've heard Disney World's Fantasmic is very different as well. So I'm down to see that. And then number 8, we want to go on a safari at Animal Kingdom. I love animals, and if I got to work at Animal Kingdom, it'd be great. However, I don't have a driver's license, and I'm pretty sure for most of the attractions there, you have to have a valid driver's license, even if you're not driving, which is kind of unfortunate. But regardless, I still want to go on a safari. We want to go on a safari to see all the animals and get that tour. Number 9 is eat a kitchen sink. And I had to look this up because I was almost positive that we had it at Disneyland and that my family had gotten it before in the little Mickey pants. And I looked it up and I was wrong. We just got this little ice cream sundae that came in these really cute little Mickey pants that my mom now grows green onions in. So props to that. But it's a cute little thing, you know? Costs like $12. Well, I looked at the kitchen sink from Disney World and that cost $23, and I think you need like 12 people to eat it. It's huge. It's massive. So we want to try to conquer that. I'm not sure with who. Right now we only have 4 of us total for like roommate wise, and I doubt 4 of us could finish it. It's a lot of ice cream. So we'll keep you posted on that one. And then number 10, last but not least, definitely not least, is to stay at one of the resorts. So I was actually watching a vacation planning video for Disney World, trying to like get myself more involved with the names and the terminology, because I know it's so different than Disneyland. And I did not realize that there were over 20 resorts that you could choose to stay at. And they were naming all of them, and they were showing all these pictures and videos, and my mind was blown. I could not believe the extensiveness and how many there were. It was amazing, and I don't even know where I would choose to stay if I had the opportunity. You know, originally I really wanted to stay at the Pixar one because I love Pixar. And then the Animal Kingdom one looked really cool. Then I go to find out that there's like 4 different Animal Kingdom ones, and I don't know which one I would choose. So just to stay, you know, at one of them would be really nice. They also have a campground. Like, what? Who's camping at Disneyland? I don't know. It's really new to me. So that's going to be fun. But yes, those were our 10 items on our bucket list. Hopefully we can film all of them happening so that you guys can see us virtually check them off. And hopefully we can do all 10 when we're there. So to end the video, I do want to talk about my favorite memory at Disneyland. I have a lot. I have a lot of favorite memories. A lot of really good memories that I hope I don't lose, because I do have a very bad memory. But one of my favorite ones, definitely in the top 5, was when I got to take, well, Caitlin and I and 2 of our other sorority sisters got to take another one of our sorority sisters, Astari, for her first time to Disneyland. And at the time we were all around 20 years old, 19 and 20 years old. And she had been before when she was 4 or 5, but she didn't remember much. So we decided to go on a weekend trip. We went to Disneyland, and it was amazing to take someone for their first time. If you've never experienced that, I highly recommend it. It is something that you don't think will affect you as much, but it made the trip so much more magical. It was so sweet to see this adult, this grown woman running to go meet Goofy and running to go meet Donald when we were on Main Street, because she was so excited and she wanted to show off her first visit pin and she wanted to get pictures. And it's a different experience than when you take a kid for the first time, because as a kid, everything is magical. Everything is new, everything is an adventure. But as an adult, you have all these responsibilities and you don't want to do anything. And it's hard for adults to have fun because they're so tied down to everything that they're obligated to do. And this weekend that went by way too quickly, we were able to give Astari that fun. And it was great. I had such a blast. and we fit so much into one weekend. I still can't believe we ended up pulling it off. But hopefully we can share some pictures, Caitlin and I, with you guys, so you can see all that we did and all that we experienced. It was also my first time going on Mickey's Fun Wheel, the swinging gondolas. I'd been on once before on that ride, in the stationary ones, and I was maybe 12, and I didn't like it. I was freaking out. Vowed to never go on it again. Well, when we took Astari, Evan was like, no, you have to go, it's our first time, so you have to go too. And of course I let them talk us into going on the swinging gondolas, and it was the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I was probably very dramatic, and I was overreacting, and I was very exaggerative. But I lost my voice from screaming. I sounded a lot like this, which by the way was from me singing last night karaoke with my coworkers. But I sounded a lot like this, and it was so funny to see the pictures and the videos that one of our sisters had captured on the ride. It was a genius idea to go on the swinging gondolas. But just, it was a great experience taking Astari for her first time. So I highly recommend that be on everyone's Disney bucket list, is to bring someone for their first time who is over the age of 16, because seeing someone who's, you know, fully grown experience the magic is like they're a kid again, and that's what Disneyland is all about. So that's one of my favorite memories of Disneyland, and I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. It's a lot of fun to make them. It's kind of stressful to find topics, but we've been having a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys continue watching and continue to share it and like it and do whatever you're doing with it. And thank you for listening to my voice this entire time. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Hi guys, Caitlin here. So today I wanted to go over the packing list that Katie and I created. Like I said, we're flying, so we're going to be bringing 3 bags. We have one big check-in bag that will go and check in at the airport through security. One carry-on, preferably like a duffel bag or another suitcase that we can fit up into that top section of the plane, and then also a personal backpack to try and fit whatever else we can get into there. So I'm going to break it down through the bags, kind of what we're thinking for our packing list. I know packing is really hard, especially when you're trying to go somewhere for such a long time like the DCP, because it's like 5 months, 5.5, 6, depending on how long you're going for. So I thought it would be helpful to try and help make a packing list for you guys based off of ours, just in case you guys are having trouble, so you can have some inspiration. So one of the biggest things you need for a packing list is space saver bags. I know you've probably seen them on commercials all the time, and they look super cheesy and corny, but honestly, it'll really help if you don't want to have to ship anything, because shipping can be kind of expensive sometimes. So what we're planning on doing is getting space saver bags and sticking our bedding into the bag, and then sucking all the air out and sticking it in the bottom of our checked-in luggage. So that will include comforter, set of sheets, standard pillow, and then we're also going to try and fit clothes and stuff into the space saver bag as well. But so things that should go in your personal backpack on the plane with you, this will be down at your feet. I always put in my phone charger, my laptop charger, my laptop, your wallet to easily get out money or ID if you need it, ID, papers, tax papers, whatever else you need for check-in at Disney. Keep it in your main backpack with you. Sometimes luggage can get lost, and you do not want these papers to get lost. So I suggest keeping them on the backpack that you're going to keep on your person at all times. Also, if you are a foreign DCP, I would suggest doing a passport and keeping it in your main bag with you. Along with that would be toiletries. Like I said, you never know when your bag could get lost. It makes a lot more sense to just keep your toiletries with you. Maybe not all of them, For example, on my list I have my curling wand, and Katie put her straightener on our list. So obviously we wouldn't carry those in our personal backpack. It's not that big a deal if those get lost for a few days. But like your toothbrush, your toothpaste, hairbrush, makeup, if you like to do your makeup, if you don't do makeup, it doesn't matter. You don't need to pack it. And then for our shoes, so this is kind of difficult because you're going away for an extended period of time and you don't want to just buy a bunch of stuff when you get there because you're gonna have to find some way to bring it all back at the end of the program. And so basically you need to have enough shoes to cover any event or anything you might go to, but at the same time not take up all the space in your bag. So on my list I have booties, like cute little heeled boots or a pair of my riding boots. I haven't yet decided if I'm bringing both or just one. A pair of rain boots because Florida apparently can rain at a split second. It'll be sunny and then rainy all of a sudden. So rain boots are always a good idea. Running shoes because the DCP complexes all have gyms that we can get into. So why not take advantage of it? When again are you going to get a free gym, Converse or Vans. I prefer Converse, Katie prefers Vans. Just depends on your preference, what you like. And then a set of heels and one set of flats. So one of the dressiest occasions that most people go to is traditions, which is a business casual. And a lot of people talk about wearing heels, but you're walking around at the park, or as far as I've seen, because I haven't been there before. It's my first program, so I've been doing a lot of research on it. A lot of people suggest wearing flats, but then there's also the kind of semi-formal DCP event later on in which you'd want heels. So I would suggest bringing one pair of heels and one pair of flats. And then miscellaneous things, so this would most likely go down into your checked-in bag. This would include any ears you wanted to bring. I'm not wearing any right now, but I do have a set of ears, mini ears, that I will probably be bringing with me, or custom ears because I'm trying to make those, so who knows. A Wi-Fi router, because even though the housing complexes have free Wi-Fi, you do need a router in order to hook up to it. So definitely bring the router, or the router is something you could potentially buy once you're there if you don't already have one. Our house is lucky because Katie already has one, so we're just going to bring it with us. Any beanie or scarves, we're going to be there for the fall program, so we'll be there for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I don't know how cold Orlando gets, but it's not really the fall or winter season without a beanie or scarf, so umbrella for those instant showers like I was talking about earlier. Obviously stuff like, underwear, bras, sports bras, socks, bathing suit because they have pools and spas at the complexes, and a set of pajamas. I'm going to bring two, well, probably three to be honest, because you always want to back up in case you throw yours in the laundry or something like that. A set for warm weather and a set for cold weather, just because I don't know how cold Orlando gets. Obviously I'm thinking sunny beaches Miami, but you never know. Like, everyone thinks California is super warm all the time, but Northern California gets super cold sometimes. Well, not as cold as like Indiana or places where it snows all day, but still colder than what most people think over here. I'm going to also include dresses and skirts. So like I said, traditions, you need a business casual outfit. I've heard we're actually doing a couple of things where you might need business casual, so I would suggest bringing staple pieces and kind of mix and match. So like maybe 2 dressy blouses, a pair of slacks, and a skirt. That makes it like 4 or 5 outfits already. Definitely a cute dress or skirt just to kind of hang out in the parks in. It's amazing doing photo shoots in the park. You get to keep those memories forever, and sometimes you just want to look a little nicer than usual. So I would definitely suggest bringing a cute dress and then a semi-formal dress for the DCP semi-formal. For tops, tank tops, t-shirts, long sleeves, just the standard. Same with, pants, jeans, slacks, sweatpants, and leggings, because as much as we try to deny it, everyone loves leggings. Shorts, I'm going to bring a pair of denim shorts, a pair of kind of cuter, more dressed up shorts, and then athletic shorts because, like I said, free gym, got to take advantage of that. And then for jackets, definitely a raincoat. Like I said, rain. A sweatshirt. Katie and I are going to limit ourselves to just 2 sweatshirts because in all actuality we're probably going to end up buying one over there just because we always end up buying one when we visit the parks, so we might as well just plan on it. So we're going to bring one pullover sweatshirt and one zip-up sweatshirt, and then our sorority does these jackets called line jackets. Mine's in my closet, I don't want to go get it right now, but basically it's a really nice kind of windbreaker style jacket with our scroll number on the back and our sorority name, and it says San Francisco State University on it as well. So we'll probably be bringing those jackets as a way to represent our sorority, and then also as a way to take cute pictures in the park, like I said before. So that's pretty much all I have on the packing list right now. Obviously you can add more, you can take things off. If you don't feel you need rain boots, an umbrella, and a raincoat, you could obviously just bring one. It's a super versatile list. It's basically just the essentials. Some people feel like they need more, some people feel like they need less. So honestly, it's just whatever makes you feel comfortable at the end of the day. You're the one living with this stuff, so you need to bring what you need to be able to be happy and functional, you know? Next thing I wanted to talk about was housing and roommates. I bring this up almost every web vlog, I think, because I'm really excited about roommates. So just a little bit about Katie and I's kind of roommate journey so far. Originally we said that we wanted to pick 2 and then have 2 randoms for a total of 6 of us in a house in Chatham. But things don't always work out that way, and so instead we found two super amazing girls. We're so excited to get to live with them. We can't wait for August to come so that we can see them. And we basically decided that we're just gonna do 4 of us in a 2-bedroom because we found out that you could really only link 3 people once it kind of starts getting later into the year. And so we decided rather than potentially splitting up our group and not getting to all live together, we would rather just keep it at 4. And hopefully we get that and don't have to be split up, or at the very least all of us can be together and throw in some randoms. That's fine too. The 4 of us for sure want to be able to live together. I haven't yet asked them if they wanted to send in any videos, but I'll ask them eventually, or I will just talk about them a little bit in the next episode if we get the permission to mention like their names and stuff. Obviously, you're going to see them a bunch in our videos once we get down there, but just in case they don't want to be featured yet, I don't want to jump the gun. So the next thing sorry, I'm a little sick, so like my voice is kind of scratchy and stuff. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is how to basically keep like a happy household, because no one wants to go down there and have a ton of roommate issues and hate their time that they're there and never want to be home, you know? Especially with the holidays, like, it's really important to me and Katie and our other roommates that we're a little family unit, because we're going to be there for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're not going to get to go back home and see our families. So it's really important to be happy with the people that you're living with and really have that bond. And one way to do that is to even out how the chores are taken care of. A lot of roommate animosity and drama comes from one roommate feels like they do all the chores, another roommate feels like they do all the chores, they both feel like another roommate doesn't do anything, blah blah blah, people leave their dishes in the sink, the house super messy. Granted, with Disney you can't have your house super messy because we have inspections, but this is kind of my foolproof way to keep roommate drama to a minimum when it comes to chores. Make a chore chart. There it is. Super easy. Use a paper plate. Divide it into like a little pie and get some clothespins with everyone's name on it and write the chores on a paper plate. Stick people's names around it and they're in charge of doing that chore. So let's say I'm in charge of loading and unloading the dishwasher for the week. Alright, so people's dishes go in. Obviously, if someone's gonna like use every dish in the kitchen, they should have to go then and load it into the dishwasher. But if it's just like a standard everyone used a plate, a fork, and a cup, because we weren't around that much. Like, one person can just load it into the dishwasher. It's not that big of a deal. Especially because we have dishwashers. It's not like I have to go Cinderella and hand wash it all, you know? But, so one person would be in charge of, like, loading and unloading the dishwasher. Another person in charge of trash and recycling. Bathrooms would get a little tricky because not everyone uses the same bathroom. So, obviously, you would split that. If it's a 2-bathroom place, the 2 girls that share one bathroom, one of them would clean the bathroom that week, and then the 2 girls that share the other bathroom, one of those girls would clean it that week, and then you would just alternate. So you don't have, you know, person A cleaning person C and D's bathroom, you know, and you don't have person B never ever having to clean a bathroom because it just got bounced around from everybody else, you know? So this way, everyone is kind of involved in cleaning up and being responsible and being held accountable. So obviously, like, if the bathroom doesn't get done, but person A and person C's clothespins were on it, you can sit down and have a roommate meeting and be like, look, this was your responsibility this week, you didn't do it, and they can't be like, I always do it, I wanted you to do it this time, because it clearly showed on the chart that it was their time. And that's what I learned from being a Girl Scout. And then another thing would just be to compromise with your roommates. Like, you're not always going to get everything you want, and that's just life. So it makes more sense to talk with your roommates about things and see where they're coming from and how they're feeling, rather than just trying to be like, I want it this way, this way, this way, this way, this way on everything. I always have to get my way. Because if you do that, your relationships are going to crumble and you're not going to have an enjoyable time there. You know, you're never going to want to be home. You're not going to want to do fun stuff with them. And I feel like a large part of this program is building another family, you know. So, to me at least, it's really, really important to maintain good relationships with my roommates. Also because one of them is my best friend that I'm flying out with, you know. And I have had other situations where I lived with someone and thought it was going to be really great, and it turned out to didn't go as well as I thought it would be because we weren't able to compromise or we didn't talk about things. So having that experience has prepared me for this experience, because I'm not interested in making the same mistake twice. I'm not interested in losing any more friends over housing situations or drama or anything like that. So chore charts, definitely going to be a big thing. I'm going to make one. My roommates are going to agree to it. Roommate agreements. Set down some rules, you know, and sign it and put it somewhere everyone can refer back to it, because a lot of times there's issues that come up that could have just been in a roommate agreement, and you can solve it just by being like, dude, check the roommate agreement, you know, instead of being like, well, I remember when we said that we were only gonna do blah 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 on these nights, blah 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 blah, no people can come over on these nights, blah blah blah. Make a roommate agreement. You know, obviously the goal is to have super chill people that you love to spend time with and never fight with ever. But we're people and it's not exactly feasible. So just do yourself a favor, do your roommates a favor, and prepare for any possible skirmishes, drama, anything, quarrels. Like, just get it all ready in advance. And lastly, the last thing I want to talk about is something I'm super excited for. Roommate gifts! I love crafting, so I'm so stoked to make roommate gifts. Basically, the concept of roommate gifts is everyone brings a gift for their new roommate. So if there's 4 of us, I would bring a gift for the other 3, and the other 3 would bring a gift for everyone that's not yourself. You don't bring a gift for yourself. Unless I have seen some people made like custom shirts for their roommates and then made one for themselves as well so that you could all be matching. Obviously, you can make yourself something also. That's just like what you gave them, but you don't like put it in a bag and are like, here you go, self, here's a gift for you. Like, you know, that's weird. Roommate gifts is just kind of, you know, for your roommates, you're gifting them things. It's very much what the name implies. But I'm super excited to get to craft things for them, and I hope they love the things that I make for them. I'm not going to talk about any of them because, you know, Katie is going to end up being my roommate, and then my housemates, I don't want them to know what I'm making if they watch this. But if you're flying and you're worried about roommate gifts, I would spend time researching it, figure out what you're gonna do, and then if you get there a day or 2 early, run to a craft store, pick some stuff up, you know, or do something super easy from Target. There's always those like spa kit things where you can do like a tiny bit of those travel size like lotions and fun stuff with some cute socks and nail polish. Like, boom, roommate gift, done, you know. Or some people have done custom ears that they make for their roommates, custom t-shirts like I said, mugs, door signs. I've seen a ton of stuff, but yeah, I'm really excited for that. I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. I'm sorry this video was kind of long. We try to mix it up a little bit, have one segment super fun and one segment kind of more informational. But I hope that you enjoyed watching all of it, and we can't wait to make another video for you next week. Bye!